So we begin today by talking about a certain player from the Brooklyn Nets that the Los Angeles Lakers, quite frankly, should go all in on. And no, I am not talking about Michael Porter Jr. Plus, we're going to talk about a diamond in the rough on the Lakers roster who could turn into a major contributor for the Lakers down the stretch. Welcome back to the Lakers Banter, as always, North America. I'm Dave Dabbah, and I bring you daily Los Angeles Laker news, trade rumors, trade reports, and of course, a whole lot of commentary. Now, this is a brand new channel, so please go ahead and subscribe. So on today's Lakers Banter, we will talk about that big comeback win in Denver last night for the Lakers, a 115-107 win, down by 16, and the Lakers came storming back. We'll talk about how they got that done. We're also going to talk about a diamond in the rough in one, if you will, Drew Timme in just a little bit. But as always, I like to start out by asking you a question. And today's question is a simple one. Should the Los Angeles Lakers actually go all in on making a move for one Nick Claxton? I want to know what your thoughts and opinions are. This show is intended to be totally interactive, so please go ahead and drop your comments in. Now, Nick Claxton is currently averaging just under 13 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, and 4.1 assists, and he's shooting 58.8%. And from a salary perspective, he's making $25 million this year, and then for some reason his agent did a poor job. He's making $23 the next year, and the year after that he gets paid even less. He's making $20 million. So I'm not sure what the hell his agent was thinking about when they put that particular contract together. That being said, do you think that Nick Claxton is what this Los Angeles Lakers team needs? Now, I know a lot of you out there would love to see Michael Porter Jr. on this team, but quite frankly, that is going to probably be too disruptive from a salary cap perspective. Now, if they were to make a Michael Porter Jr. deal, my guess is that that kind of deal would have to happen during the upcoming offseason, not before the NBA trading deadline, which of course affects whether or not they give any money to LeBron James next season. That is, if LeBron chooses to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers could target Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton ahead of February 5th's NBA trading deadline. According to Clutch Point's Brett Siegel, Claxton has been a part of the Lakers' trade wish list since last season, and the franchise will once again pursue the athletic big man before their playoff run. And I think the interesting thing about that particular statement is athletic big man, because that is exactly what you are getting with Nick Claxton. And I think from a player perspective, there are a couple other players in the NBA that I think would also fit in extraordinarily well with this Laker team. If they were to make a deal for like a Daniel Gafford, that certainly would make sense, or PJ Washington. But actually right now, going out and bringing in another shooter like a Michael Porter Jr. at this point just doesn't make a lot of financial sense, as well as it doesn't make a lot of actual game sense on the court. But a player like Nick Claxton for this Los Angeles Laker team certainly could be a difference maker. Now, this Los Angeles Laker team has moved up pretty significantly in the standings. They're now sitting in 5th place in the Western Conference. And I think what we'll see is a lot of shifts in the standings from an hour-to-hour basis for the rest of the season. Look, I'd love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on Nick Claxton. Please go ahead and drop them in. We're going to talk about that diamond in the rough, which of course is Drew Timme, in just a little bit. But I did want to touch on just some of these statistics from last night's Los Angeles Lakers comeback win in Denver. As I mentioned, 115-107 was the final. And of course, Luka was skinny Luka last night, though he's not as skinny as he was in that famous magazine cover from Men's Health during the summer. But still, skinny Luka put up an unbelievably impressive triple-double last night in the team's victory. And I have to say, one of the things that is just so unbelievably impressive about Luka Doncic is his passing ability. Look, if he was just averaging 20 points a night and could give you 10 to 13 assists every night, you would be extraordinarily happy. But this is a guy that can also give you 10 boards a night and is, of course, averaging north of 34 points per game at this point. Luka Doncic absolutely should be considered a leading candidate this year for the league's most valuable player. Now, I highlighted a couple other players, Marcus Smart being one of them. He had a big game. I don't think you can expect Marcus Smart to have a big game every game, but if you get one out of every 3 games where Marcus Smart delivers somewhere around 15 points, that is a huge bonus. So I also highlighted Drew Timme because I wanted to talk about Drew Timme today. He scored 9 points last night in limited playing time. And when we think about Drew Timme's game, it is actually significantly better than a lot of people think it is. Now, this is an embarrassing stat to look at, 4.1 points per game, and you might be asking yourself, Dabbah, why the hell are you talking about Drew Timme at this point? Because I think Drew Timme can actually be a significant difference maker down the stretch for the Los Angeles Lakers if they use him in the correct ways. And I think what we've seen out of Drew Timme so far, now he did end up playing 29 minutes against Portland the other night and blowout loss. 21 points was his number. And what we see from Drew Timme is he has a knack for scoring quickly. He also has an extraordinarily good field goal shooting percentage, at least what we've seen in his limited minutes so far on this Los Angeles Lakers team. But there are those players in the NBA that sit in the middle of your bench or towards the end of your bench that can quickly turn into highly reliable, integral pieces of a team that might go on a deep playoff run. And I think this was a sneaky good signing by the Los Angeles Lakers. Now it's just a question of whether or not JJ Redick will give Drew Timme enough playing minutes so that you can see what I see that I think Drew Timme can do for this Los Angeles Lakers team this particular year. Love to get your thoughts and opinions on Drew Timme as well. Please go ahead and drop them in. And finally, I just wanted to go back to this Nick Claxton thing. And of course, this has been rumored for quite some time. And I think when we talk about this Los Angeles Lakers team and we talk about how good they could actually be this year, I think a move for Nick Claxton certainly makes a lot of sense. Now, you're going to have to give up some key pieces in order to make that happen. One of which I know you as a Laker fan, me as a Laker fan, probably wouldn't be terribly happy about. But walking away from Rui probably would have to happen to make this sort of deal happen. Now, Gabe Vincent and Max Kleber are 2 other pieces that you'd probably have to give up. And I'm assuming none of you would be too worried about losing Gabe Vincent and Max Kleber if you were able to bring in the high-flying big man in one Nick Claxton. Go ahead and drop your comments in, as always, for the Lakers Banter. I did want to point out, brand new channel, please go ahead and subscribe. As always, for the Lakers Banter, I'm Dave Dabbah, wishing you all a tremendous rest of your sports viewing day.